welcome back. You're with Trisha and Kylie, and we are so excited to have our friends Cam and Frank on as our first show on new channel for the fans. And me and Kylie are together, so that's also really exciting. Hey Cam, hey Frank.
Hey girls.
How's it going?
We're great.
So we are going to be talking to you guys if you are on Paramount Plus, which is the new CBS All Access. You had to have watched the Challenge All Stars that premiered early this morning here in Texas, but it has premiered and we're gonna be breaking it down. The geriatric competitions that happened.
Yeah, we should just rename this the Challenge Geriatrics.
My goodness.
For real. Was that like a record DQs?
I was going to ask how many penalties occurred there, but I'm sure we'll get to that.
Yeah, it was rough.
So we're gonna go through this in chronological order. So from the beginning to the end. But can we just talk for a second about how great it is to watch the whole show without commercials if you pay the $10.
Yeah, I will pay my $9.99 to get it commercial free. I like that we're not getting bleeps and we're getting raw, real talk coming from these people.
The party scene was like real partying.
The next day, it felt that was like familiar. I know how that feels. Like the next day, you're like, oh God, what did I do?
This is everything that we've needed for a long time from the challenge. So I think it's going to be a really fun season, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah. Cam doesn't know that feeling yet of what it feels like after because he's still young. But once you get up here, Cam, once you get past 25, you absolutely can't party anymore. You have to party on Friday nights only, so you have all the way
Saturday, Sunday
to get to
Monday
your work day.
Oh my God, it's a multiple day recovery, huh?
Yeah.
I think you can go to like 27, 28. I feel like 30 is when it was like an eye opener. Like,
no.
What?
What's the youngest person on this cast? Do we know?
Jimmy?
Probably Jimmy. I think there's a few that are like mid 30s, but I mean,
wow. Okay.
Yeah. There's no 20-year-olds. There's no young 30-year-olds. We're ranging from like 35 to
Jimmy's
51.
No, Jimmy's like 32.
Is she?
Oh. Okay.
Well, 30s, 40s, 50s. That's where we're at.
30s, 40s, 50s. Like that sounds really crazy.
It was really crazy. Like, okay, let's just get into it. Okay, first, I think we are not doing it justice if we skip over the intro.
The intro was
lit.
All that I could want and more.
Lit. So like seeing Big Easy dying there on the beach and like with the camera shot, like going in and out, I was like, this is taking me back. This is taking me back in time.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, he's lost weight, but it doesn't seem like his lung capacity has changed all that much.
That was a tough challenge. Like that looked like deep diving, and like even I feel healthy now, but I still feel like I would struggle to go 20 feet underwater.
All right, so we get this badass intro. Some great little flashback moments. We get to see Darrell winning, getting his check. We get to see
Katie come on and give us like a "I'm back, bitches" kind of intro of I'm a mom now. I'm a mom.
I'm a wife. I've calmed down. I'm not this crazy girl out here still.
She says that, but then she also says, but she still might be in there, like that girl.
She's coming, and I think. Looking at the preview for the season, I think that we're going to get a little bit of it.
Little crazy Katie.
And
also, can we talk about how Katie looks the exact same?
Exact same. She looks beautiful.
Yeah, she hasn't really aged a whole lot.
She has not aged.
Some of these girls have not aged at all. I feel like
some of them have not aged well.
Some of them haven't aged well, but a lot of them, like
the girls look great.
Kellyanne.
I do want to say, I when I saw Trishelle, I thought when I saw Trishelle's cast photo, I thought, oh wow, she's still looking good. I think that opinion has slowly changed a bit when I started watching her on the show. I just wanted to put that out there because I feel like things are a bit different on camera in terms of photos than they are in videos. And I'm wondering who you all think maybe has changed for the worst in terms of even just physicality.
Well, I mean, we can definitely cross that bridge if y'all want to. Like,
Y'all
y'all want to call out some people's looks, then let's go. Okay,
Okay.
Cam, who you gonna call out?
Well, like I said, I'm gonna just put it this way: Trishelle did not appear the way I expected her to appear from the cast photos.
I thought Trishelle looked smoking.
Okay, well, I'll call out mine next. I'll call out mine.
I'm scared to call out people.
Yeah,
can
okay,
I do
let's
mine
hear
next?
it, Frank. Okay,
Frank's like, I don't want to call out
what you want to
anybody.
say about John A?
No,
Oh.
Arissa, when she came out of the water with her cramp, that's who got the cramp, right? That's Arissa, right?
Yes,
Arissa,
she required medical attention for her cramp.
Oh.
That was rough.
That was rough, but I mean, like, men have it easier in aging than women do. And so, like, I'm looking at these 30, 40, Beth, 51-year-old women, and I'm like, gone,
Damn, okay.
gone. Because I'm 35, and these women are some bad bitches for going back out there and doing this.
That's true. I think we all got to give them
Especially whenever so many of them are coming back as mothers. Like, what pregnancy does to your body is outrageous. And so these are just some bad bitches.
I think it's got to help, though, with mental challenges like suffering because...
We've done it. We've pushed babies
you're
out.
like, I've had a baby. Screw that. I can do this.
I can walk in this cold ass water. I've had a baby.
Which
That's not the case.
Who are you calling out?
I'm not gonna
speaking
call
of mama
I'm calling
mode,
out. Oh wait, y'all, I gotta give my call out.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because I feel like it's maybe a hot take, but like, can we have to address Jimmy?
Okay.
We have
Yes.
to address Jimmy. Like, she is the youngest one on this cast, as far as I know. Y'all fact check me, but
Very transformative appearance there.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's like a whole transformation, but the blonde hair is
it's
not
washing
working.
her out, and
It's not working.
but beyond that, like, I'm like, I don't know what's happening here with her. Like, I thought Trishelle looked better than her.
Yeah, Trishelle looked hot. Jimmy did not.
Yeah, it made you question things that might happen later on in the season and how they that might have happened. But of course, everybody has their own opinions, and of course, opinions are always subject to change. But yeah, you make a good point, in my opinion.
We have to go off surface level things right now. That's where we're at in episode number 1. But we're
No
talking
pun
about,
intended, right? Because most of them decided to stay at the surface.
Correct. This was a very surface level episode. Spoiler alert.
Yes, not many of them went deep.
But can we talk about Mark's intro?
Mark.
Little
Okay.
Marky.
Not little Marky Mark, little 6'3.5" foot Mark with his size 15 shoe ready
Size
to put it
15.
up your ass.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Like that, his first confessional just set the season off. I was like, let's go. Yeah. Like, this is all Mark's doing, and he's bringing the fire.
He's got the energy, that's for sure.
All of them, I mean, the intro, the whole section, I thought we were going to get an intro from everyone.
Yeah.
First of all, and we didn't.
Yeah. I mean, there's some that were almost invisible this episode, and there were some we got a lot from.
And there's some that, in my opinion, completely stood out beyond expectations. And we'll get to that, I think, once we get into the challenge.
I mean, I think that we can all probably agree that, like, the star from this episode is the next one that got to come off the bus after Mark, and that is our girl, Histella.
Yep.
Is that correct?
100% agree.
yeah.
And she made an entrance, slide into our lives after 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, I also loved all the old footage. Like, they gave us the old footage, and we got to see a little bit of background on all of them, including Gisela. And just,
She's a Latin mama, and
She's spicy.
she is spicy.
She didn't seem to
Yeah.
have too much care in the past, and it seems like she cares a lot now, and I think that's extraordinary.
And I might love her. Hisela, I did not know you in the past. I know you now, and I love you.
Who
Yeah,
was
she
it
brought-
that said they hadn't been on in like 18 years or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and the last time I think she left, she kind of just like gave up and
Yeah.
quit. So seeing her in that challenge be one of the ones that's like, let's do this, that's what really made me have a lot of respect for her. And she's my most improved so far coming back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she definitely. We're handing out badges early tonight, y'all. We
Okay.
are handing them out.
Yes.
Most improved.
Most improved. Hisela. Okay. The next one that I feel like really made a splash in her entrance, not quite as big of one as Hisela, but is Trishelle. And she says that she is 50% badass, 50% quitter. So
And 50
Well, we-
years old. No, I'm just
what we would like to know, Cam and Frank, is what are you 50-50 of?
I'm 50% cautious and 50% following the rules. That's what I am.
100% legal.
safe.
Yes.
100% safe. I can assign that. Okay.
All right. What about you, Frank?
What are you 50-50 of?
50% crazy, 50% genius.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
If I could
I like
pick a second one, I would pick that one.
Okay, Kylie.
Okay, I am like 50%. I am literally like angel and devil. I'm 50-50. It depends on what day.
I feel like you're 70-25.
What's my other-
Well, what about that other
what's the other
5%?
side?
You're-
70-25.
You can't do math, and neither can
70-25. So what's my other 5%?
I know, but I'm like, no, I'm saying like you're bad at math and I'm bad at math, and this was just
Got
an
it.
example.
Got it.
of,
Okay.
Like how we're
So
not at
I'm
math.
70% what? Angel?
Yeah,
Okay. And 25% devil.
correct.
And 5%.
So you guys would have been
Bad at
screwed on the later part of this challenge where you had to do the math.
No,
And
yeah,
I'm not a mathlete.
not a mathlete. at
Trisha,
all.
what are you?
5% not a math.
I'm 50% sugar and 50% spice.
I love how we're all 100% except for Kylie.
I'm 95%.
She's 5%
That's
mysterious.
the truth. I feel like I'm a 95%.
I don't know, but like I really do. If I could take a 5% for math too, we take that. Me and Kylie are always bad at math. And we
So
all
now
know that.
Kylie's 100% and Trisha's 105%.
Yeah, we just pass that 5% back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh,
We share.
okay.
All right. So they come in off of the challenge bus and they get to
Explore the house.
no, not yet.
Oh.
They go straight into tribal council.
Oh.
Oh wait, this isn't tribal council. It just looks like tribal council. What is this?
It looks like they're at Stonehenge.
It looks like they are at a camp.
It does.
And
Very Survivor vibes.
Very
Like,
Survivor vibes.
we know that CBS recently purchased MTV, and maybe Jeff
They're
Probst
like-
had some input here.
Hey TJ, maybe you're gonna fill in for old Jeff when he retires.
That'd be weird.
Oh, that would
Hey,
be an
maybe
interesting
this is
situation.
his audition. Like, okay, TJ, what do you do with these people sitting on the logs? What kind of energy are you bringing here?
They could put Jeff in All Stars. I think he'd fit.
Jeff would fit the age criteria.
He also, we talked about, has a new do. He could debut here on MTV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did get our first voiceover here from TJ. We talked about this some on our Facebook page, but the voiceovers with TJ, man, like
They don't work. Like
the sound difference is crazy.
The silver team and the copper team will have to swim out.
It's like, hey guys, how are y'all doing?
The silver team and the copper.
It's all such really
yeah. Okay.
you guys are who made the challenge. Like it was
Yeah.
real. Anyways,
Some volume fluctuations here, but everyone's super excited. They're sitting on their little logs. They're ready to get this game started. And TJ says, sometimes you're going to compete in teams. Sometimes you're going to compete as duos. But this is an individual game One winner is going to take home $500,000. And who's the most excited about this? Oh, looking over here, ratty ass hair, Jimmy clapping her hands, knowing good damn well she ain't gonna win this money.
Looking at my notes, what I wrote right here was Jimmy's face.
Jimmy's like, yes, $500,000. But you know you're not gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I was going to ask you what you all think about Ace's declaration that he was going to give all his money away, and that's what he's here for.
Whoever says that ever on any reality show loses.
Lying. You're lying and you're losing. It ain't gonna happen. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about Ace. We kind of skipped over him there. So
Glazed over
Maybe
him.
by give it all away. Maybe he's just got a lot of debt. Then he's just
I'm gonna give
really
it to
gonna
the
give
people
it all away. I'm just gonna give it all away.
We didn't get an intro from Ace. So
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't think we got a real good intro about Ace. He's one that I was not super familiar with, but in the little bit that we got to see of him this episode, I kind of liked Ace.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
He seemed a bit less energetic than he was in the past, a bit more calm, a bit more, I don't know if I want to say humble, based off of a bit later on with the whole remark about monsters, but I guess we'll get to that at some point as well. I think compared to his past where he was yelling at cab drivers and all that stuff, I think he's calmed down a bit, which is good to see.
I mean, I feel like being from Texas, where's Ace from? Like Tennessee or Georgia or Kentucky?
The South.
He's from the South, and I feel like he's somebody we can relate to. Like listening to Ace talk.
He talks slow.
He talks
We
slow.
talk slow.
Like we can vibe with you, Ace. So
He missed.
we like you.
He missed his dog.
We
Yeah.
miss
Oh yeah,
our dog.
I resonated with that pretty hardcore.
Then his tears going.
Yeah. So
That hit him deep when he said that. It just brought up a lot of
I
emotion.
got to go home and see my dog, and
I really miss him. Mittens.
oh man,
Mittens.
So yeah. Ace,
Josh's neighbor's cat.
Oh my gosh.
Ace, you're a little cutie. Okay.
All right, check for that.
All
Okay,
right.
well, let's go into the house because I wanted to spend some time
We're
on the
in
house.
the house.
The house is like, okay, y'all, we pan into this house. There's gold. It's shiny. The aesthetic
All
is
stars.
great.
You got the helmets.
Legends, quotes on the wall, all
So,
things.
We've recently had an all-star season with Big Brother. How do you think this house holds up compared to the Big Brother all-star
Like the house aesthetic.
Oh, this is
aesthetic?
way better than the Big Brother All Stars house. I think the Big Brother All Stars house just threw up people that were all stars but that weren't on the season, and this
That
seemed
passed
to
the
be
COVID test.
right. Yeah, that could be one of them, but this season in this house we get to see helmets that belong to these characters, and what I thought was really cool was that they had that board that kind of listed a number of the seasons, and everybody was able to say, "Oh, that was I was on that one, and we were on that one," and I thought that was really cool.
I really liked that. I liked all of
That was
the
my
little
favorite part.
facts. So Mark, is like, oh, well, I was on this one and this one and this one and this one. He's listing them off, and I think that was something that was really, really cool. Kind of playing homage.
Yeah, paying homage.
Don't know how to say that word. I can spell it, but I can't say it.
Our other 5%
Is
that
it
we swap
is
is
it
like
in vocabulary?
okay.
This is an additional 5%.
Yeah. So I like that. I like that throwback.
Yeah. And speaking of throwbacks, we had Beth and calling Nehemiah Tenderloni, which
Tenderoni.
tenderoni. Yes.
Like a pepperoni, but like a chicken tenderoni.
Yes. I guess that was
chicken tenderoni.
something he was not a fan of.
I did not remember this from their
Mm-mm,
season. Like this
mm-mm.
wasn't something that stuck with me.
Mm-mm.
It was
So
something he wanted to get rid of. That's for sure.
visibly, like
I mean, Beth is that like crazy ex-girlfriend hollering at him from the balcony, tenderoni, and he was like
he's like literally trying to do everything he can to
actively not even recognize the tenderoni call.
Yeah.
But
And
we
you could
also
tell
get-
some of the guys were really enjoying how uncomfortable he was. You could see it all over their faces.
Eric's like, yes, this is great.
Yo,
In his
man.
head, he's just thinking, cut it out now.
And I really love them kind of when we see this in multiple instances of them just really easily falling back into their old ways. Like, hey, Tenderoni, we haven't been together for 15 years, but what's up?
So this all like kind of triggers me in a way where like I think of AIM screen names and I'm like if someone was ever like referenced my AIM screen name, I would be hella embarrassed. I'd be like, don't even. We're not talking about this on here. AIM screen names.
Let's spill some tea, y'all.
We're not spilling anything. She's dumping. She's like trying to get a mug over here.
That's the tea. What was your AIM name?
I'm not going first.
I'll tell y'all. So my AIM screen name was so creative. And y'all, like my parents let me have this name when I was 12 years old.
On AIM.
On AIM.
So for those who don't know, AIM is AOL Instant Message, and it was like
Shit.
it was the beginning of the internet.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Sam doesn't know. This is heartbreaking.
Kim, we really didn't know that.
I am more familiar with other versions of the acronym AIM, but that one is now coming to
AOL
mind.
Instant Messenger, and my screen name was Life's a Pitch 13
Life's a pitch.
because I was a softball pitcher, and so like Life's a Pitch 13.
Why?
You're a preacher's kid too. How old were you?
12, 10, 11,
12?
12.
Man, your parents.
Life's a Pitch 13.
Nice.
It was so punny. That was my number, 13.
Honey.
Okay, so
Now let's hear Frank's.
Frank.
Oh, I can't remember. I tried getting it on my MySpace a couple years back, and I couldn't even remember how to get into that. I couldn't remember what my first. I still have my original. My original email was music_maniac1.
You definitely have to have the underscores to be a true.
Or like the XXX or 69. Like those
Yeah.
were like all those kinds of.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't have an AIM, but I think the first online account I had the name Skater777 or something
you
like
have
that.
Did you do
an
a
8?
skater?
Did you have an 8 as
I think I might have had an 8 in my password at some
Skater
point.
boy. He said, see you later, boy.
All right,
Obviously,
Trisha.
Our negative percent is singing. We're not good at that. All right. I don't even want to say it out loud. It's so bad.
Say it.
It's so bad, y'all. Oh my god.
you
Y'all
like
are gonna
Hot cheerleader.
fuck no. It was so bad. I for one was ugly, really ugly. Like this is like a glow up time.
Like
50,
an ugly
and it's not
duckling,
even like top
And now
tier.
she is taking her spin around the pond.
Well, okay, I look like I ate rocks, and my government name, as established, is
It's Patricia.
And my first ever AIM name was Patty Cakes.
Oh,
Done.
that's
I'm
a
gonna call
goal
her
right
patty
there.
cake for the rest of her life.
Oh my god.
It's the worst.
But that is the best. That is so cute. That is funny too.
And I was like, obviously a fucking loser, like with that name.
Not little patty cakes. Not little patty cakes right here.
And so my friends still to this day, because if you type it into your phone, it autocorrects cakes to cackles.
Patty cackles.
Patty
Patty
cackles.
cackles. It's terrible. I know.
This is the best. This is the best story we've ever told. I'm so happy we did this.
Oh my gosh.
Bad.
That
Patty
made my
cackles.
night right there.
Patty cackles. Yep.
Yeah, so embarrassing. Like, who was gonna talk to me?
I love the idea where you're just sitting there and you're like, how do I make Patricia sound cool? And then your mind goes to patty cakes. That's the
Patty
one.
cakes.
I was like, well, I'll change my name to Patty, and Patty.
Patty cackles.
Patty cackles and Kylie here.
I hate you. Anyways,
All right, so let's move on. Good times with
Well,
the throwback
okay,
old
let's-
tenderoni.
fucking Tenderoni started this whole conversation. Okay, so we also get another piece from Beth where we get to see her quote on the wall of, and I quote, I don't kiss ass, I kick ass. And if you don't watch it, I'll kick your ass.
Woo! I wish that was like my life motto. I want that on my gravestone.
And these are the things that we don't get out of today's challenge world.
Right.
Those types of clips.
Instead, like we get on this last episode of Double Agents, we get, oh, well, we're all friends. Who are we going to vote in?
Or, Josh, you can't even do math. It's probably the most.
What's 7 plus 7?
Extreme quote.
Yeah, that's why I miss Devin. Ever since Devin left, I'm like, no one's yelling.
I'm interested in what y'all think about, maybe we'll answer this later on, but what y'all think about Anissa and how she fits into this group compared to Anissa and how she fit in with the Double Agents group.
I'm hoping that this group brings out old Anissa.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I feel like Anissa is somebody that the more I watch her, the more I like her. And so I would really, really like to see her do well on this. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched this past couple weeks, Anissa does go home once again right before a final. And so I would like to see her be successful on this, where she is in that unique position of she's kind of like the old person on a regular season of the challenge, and she's one of the younger ones on the new season or on, the All-Star season. And so I'd like to see her do well.
She plays like this motherly figure, I feel like, on their challenge seasons, and I feel like she won't have to do that. There's definitely people that are older than her. The only thing she has is tenure on these people because she has been on the most challenge episodes.
Yeah, good point.
So I'm excited to see. I hope we just get to see. I told y'all, like, my main desire out of this season and the short season is literal trash. Like, I want reality trash.
Entertainment. I want drinks flying. I want wigs snatched.
Hookups.
We want it all.
All of it.
By the trailers, it looks like we're going to get a good number of that.
Yes.
Yeah, Stuffy.
All right. So we also get Nehemiah sitting down, and he's also one that is, relatively recent. So a lot of people that don't have a lot of extensive, like, old school challenge knowledge,
like 90s knowledge, you have the
who Nehemiah is.
Yeah.
And so Nehemiah is going to sit down some of these guys and tell them, like, hey, the challenge is different than what it used to be. And he brings up a really, really good point to Laterian, where he says, like, you've never even competed on the challenge as an individual because it used to only be teams. And I was like, wow, like,
that's kind of crazy to think about.
That's crazy.
Laterian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He also
LT.
Yeah, LT also said that he wasn't nervous at all about this season, and that doesn't seem to be something that is phasing him too much.
Yeah, Nehemiah's like, you have to politic. And he's like, I didn't even think about that. That's like the whole game now.
He's like, I'm a quiet killer or something like that, he said. And yeah, to that point, that was something that I think might have come back to bite him. But we'll see
if
later
I was
on.
him, I would have been watching every season that I missed and hadn't been on, trying to catch up on what was about to come at me for $500,000. I mean,
yeah. I'm trying to get caught up as quick as possible if I haven't been.
Yeah.
And we also got a new cast member in this scene right before when they were outside still, a cat. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
with
know.
Ace?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, there was a cat.
Because they're literally at sleepaway camp.
Literally, they're at summer camp, and
AKA the nursing home.
There's just, there's just
random
cats.
Creatures.
Just.
Yeah, Ace is giving a little talk and up hops Mittens.
Yeah.
There's Mittens for real.
If we make a drinking game this season on the live, then we'll take a shot every time you see the cat, because
I hope that this is something that we will recurring see.
I was watching an episode of reality TV, and can't remember what it was, but there was like a different cat almost every episode. Like stray cats were just like
random.
coming on.
If
set.
that
Yeah.
does not happen this season, I'm honestly like, they set this up. They didn't crop that cat out. I'm
They
like,
chose that footage for a reason.
because the cat's in there.
I think
so
I think
they're gonna-
if we don't get a name for this cat, I think it's in our duty to name the cat ourselves.
It's obviously patty cakes.
I think that's settled.
Obviously.
I'm 100% down for that
Patty
one.
Cactus.
Patty cat.
Patty cackles.
Patty cat. We can call it that.
AOL.com.
Patty Cat.
Patty cat.
Patty cat. Oh, that's so good. Okay.
Patty Cat. Good one.
That pitch, Patty cat, skater boy, music maniac,
_1.
underscore 69.
Patty cat skater maniac. That's the full name.
That pitch, Patty cat.
Oh man.
All right. So, anything else to say about this first footage of them at the house?
No, I'm excited. I love the house.
I love the house. It's a great house. It
I love
seems
there's a cat.
It seems very relaxing.
There's wheelchair access.
It's yes. There's no stairs.
It's great.
All
Only
they
ramps.
need, I think, is for those that don't want to put in the extra effort for getting the wheelchair up, maybe one of those electronic lifts where they can just sit in and slowly move. I think that might be something important to add,
Yeah.
but
An easy lift chair.
yes.
To just get them right up there and
And a litter box. They need that.
Lickety split.
with their drinks in hand.
All right. So we go to the first challenge, and this one is going to be called Deep Blue Dive. And they're divided evenly, 2 teams by random draw, and they're going to solve equations. They have to swim out, pull up these little,
The answers to
Blocks.
the equation, fill
Yeah.
in the blank.
bigger the number, the further out it is, and the deeper it is. And we get TJ introducing the challenge. And one thing I want to really point out is our boy TJ has lost his double agent's super cool attire that he's been wearing this season. And we got just BMX TJ back.
Yeah, but in the first scene we had flannel and a vest. So
That's great. Like I am
He matched the
really
theme there.
Yeah, he was going with the whole campfire theme, but I'm happy to see TJ back. Like this whole gimmick of the double agents, I'm over it. Like running TJ's final, which agents have been compromised? Like let's just take it back to the basics. And I'm glad to see that here.
Yeah, I've missed his, Fox shirts. And
Yeah, let's just be ourselves.
if he
Teach.
doesn't have DC shoes down there though, I'm disappointed.
I'm curious, how old is TJ? Does anybody know?
Younger than most of these people.
Okay.
I don't know how old TJ is. I mean, I'd say he's like in his 40s.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
He's got some salt and pepper going on.
He's
though.
got a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
he would fit in with this cast also. Like,
I got
I'll
some
leave it
salt and pepper. I'm in my 30s.
there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Slow
wrong with a
down.
little salt and pepper. It's
You need to get
look
yourself a
on
little patty cat. That's all. That's all you might need.
All right. So, and TJ also says we've got to have some team captains. Winning team captains, you're going to get an advantage. Losing team captains, we'll figure out what happens to you. Obviously, you're going to go into the elimination.
But how happy were
Spoiler
y'all
alert.
to hear or not hear that there's no gold skulls going on? in
No
this
skulls.
season?
You don't
Right.
have a skull to run TJ's final in this one.
Yes, they didn't want to make the rules too confusing for the cast, so they decided
No,
to.
I don't understand all these words, TJ.
Let me get my hearing aid.
Let me turn it
What?
up before I
What?
go back down into the water.
I think
So-
that played into why a lot of people were like, I don't want any part of being a captain.
No part of
Not
this.
me.
Well, that's what I find interesting is that literally in the scene prior, we have Latyrian saying how he's gonna be this silent assassin, but then we get to the picking of the captains, and he's like, "I'll be the captain."
Not silent
When you get
at
around all the
Here I
alpha
am.
males, it changes.
Here I am jumping straight into the lead, but here I go. So we get the Copper team. Let's talk about them first because they're looking pretty strong from the jump. We've got Kellyanne, LT, Derek, Ace, Mark, John A, Alton, Ruthie, Cyrus, Anissa. Saying Ruthie's name, holy shit, where was she this episode?
Yeah.
Who's Ruthie?
Who's Ruthie? Who's Ruthie? I don't
And
know her.
she's
Just
one of the
kidding.
people like I kind of shocked we didn't get more of because I feel like she really did have such a huge transformation, like with her new hair, and she's just. I feel like she looks like such a badass. Like I feel
Yeah.
like she's one of the people
And
we
we got-
should have shown.
We got one confessional, I believe, from Ruthie.
Yes.
That's probably all she gave, though. She's not very vocal at
Saw
all.
the cat more than we saw Ruthie.
Yeah, the cat was in just as many confessionals as Ruthie. All right. So, what do y'all think about this lineup? Like when you see the Copper team set out, and you do have,
Seems
Mark
pretty
and Derek
uneven.
and
Like this
Kellyanne,
random
like
draw. I'm sus of
yeah, Ace looks like he's built like a brick shit house. Like
Alton.
yeah, like
What is he eating?
Alton, yeah, he still
Fine.
looks super fit.
he's so ripped.
But you know what I found interesting is that this challenge, like we mentioned before, we had math involved and we had like obviously some kind of lung capacity and thermo resistance that was needed for this challenge. So I'm interested if like they're going like how many of these challenges are going to be brute strength, or if they're going to be saving that for things like elimination and whatnot.
Well, I like this, and I'm thinking like this doesn't look that difficult. I mean, I don't know how far down these blocks are, but I'm thinking
Or how heavy they are. Like
I
are
can
they
swim to the bottom of a
floaties?
swimming pool.
Right.
Yeah. Like if you dive off a diving board,
I can swim to the bottom of a swimming pool anyways.
like swim out there and then go down and get that, and then
I'm not saying I could have gotten like the furthest ones, but it seems like they were keeping the easier ones for the girls, and I could have gone down and grabbed that number 13 to stick it on the end of my AOL Instant Messenger name. Okay, like that was also a thing that we used to do. We used to steal those little tents from Whataburger,
yes,
and that's what I would have been like. I need this 13 for my AIM name.
What I found really funny was when you're out there and they're struggling on the surface. Usually in Survivor, you've got these motorized vehicles or these jet skis coming in to rescue these people. But on here we have, just some dude on a paddleboard who was like, "Yo, let's get
Grab
out of
my
the water."
Yeah, so this bronze team looks a lot stronger than the silver team.
Yeah.
Just to rehash, so silver team, we have Hisela, Tech, Big Easy, Jimmy, Nehemiah, Yes, Beth, Darrell, Arissa, Trishelle, and Kendall. Like, not looking that great. Not feeling so hot about your chances here.
Darrell was probably like, damn it.
Damn it. I'm ready to go back to the regular season of the challenge because I'm getting screwed. Yeah, so we get Hisela and Tech stepping up to be the captains on this team. Are y'all surprised by this decision?
From Tech, yeah, because I don't think anybody really knew who he was coming into this. And to just go ahead and say, I'm going to be the one to be the captain of this. I think it took a bold move, but you got to give it some respect. That's for sure.
I think it's a smart move for him, though, because if he's not automatically thrown in for if they lost as a captain, if another guy was in there and like, I want to go against somebody I can beat, he's probably going to be that guy. So he's taking a shot at we win and I'm safe, completely safe. Can't be picked, can't be voted.
Great point. Yeah.
Yeah, because if I'm looking around at Nehemiah and Alton, and I mean, knowing that, okay, Derek may be short, but he's a badass, and Darrell and Mark, like, who the hell are you going to pick to go against? Because these dudes, are ripped. So, we also, as this challenge is beginning, we get the first little flashback for Yas. And Yas is here to tell us that he, has not competed since 1999. Like, not in this millennium, y'all.
And he's a math
Were
state
you alive in
champion.
1999? Like, this guy hasn't even competed since Cam's been alive.
Yeah. Who is this guy again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Stuffy.
Who also looks great for his age and has.
You know who Yas kind of reminds me of? Hobby from Teen Mom 2.
No, way better
Yes,
than
he
Javi
does.
from
He
Teen
looks
Mom
like Teen Mom 2, Hobby, but
No.
Yas is hotter.
2. Way hotter, and he's done a
He
lot
is
for himself.
He's an architect. He's a husband. He's a dad.
He
A
is
state a math state
He is
champion.
a mathlete. Yes, he is a full package. Okay. And so Mathlete, yes, is going to take the reins here. So, like, no, he was not the captain of his team, but I feel like he was very, very vital in their success.
Definitely. It was a math comp, so
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yas.
Yes. Yeah. Yas did amazing. Nehemiah did amazing. Gisela did amazing.
Freaking came out of nowhere.
She says, hold on.
Gisela, that was
Even
I'm
Jemmy did amazing. And then we got Mark as well. I mean, some people here did a fantastic job. I don't know how much that is relative to what the other people did, or if that's just fantastic on its own. But I think the majority of this challenge was just facepalm after facepalm after seeing all those penalties.
I want to poll the audience, which is the 3 of us. 4 of us. The 3 of you, 1 of me. I'm not good at math. Okay, so question number 1, this is a 2-parter. Question number 1, who were you most impressed by?
Hisela.
Gisela.
I mean, I want to say Hisela, but let's not forget Jemmy did do some work there.
Jimmy, I'm with you, Cam. Like, I was like, Jimmy, like,
No.
maybe
Hisela. Jimmy is not a mother. Jimmy has been competing
Still.
on challenges.
And she doesn't ever do good.
I certainly give Hisela the number 1
she got all
spot.
the credit.
Hisela
But
gets all the credit.
Jemmy should
I was
get
shocked.
some credit. She did not cramp up. We had some cramp ups.
I thought that Gisela would always do better than Jimmy. That's where my head's at. I did.
What?
I did think that. Like, I was like, Jimmy.
Trisha, she couldn't walk off the bus.
Who?
Hisela, she fell. What made you think she was going to do better?
She's a fish. She can walk. She can swim easier than walking. Okay. Well. Okay. Reverse then. Who were you most disappointed by in this challenge?
Okay, like you had to be rooting for Big Easy. Like, okay, you've lost some weight. You're going to go out here. You are going to get one of these damn blocks. No.
We got a whole scene of you at the beginning where this was going to be your comeback after.
This was it. This was your opportunity. No, baby. You're going to get rescued by the paddle boards.
I think I have the same idea for Letarian. I mean, I expected a lot out of him, especially willing to step up and be captain. And, you know, you can't blame somebody for cramping, but but you cramped in a water challenge. That happens in a final, you lose. And that's it. There's no more to it.
Before I give mine, Frank, I do want to hear Frank's.
Beth. Although I didn't expect a lot from her, her backstroke
You mean
is
Lolo?
like just floating. She's just floating and kicking her feet.
Backstroke failed again because we've never seen the backstroke not be successful before. So I can't believe it didn't work here for Beth.
I'm just going to backstroke the wrong direction again. Like, I don't know what people. If they don't know, you can't tell where you're going when you're backstroking. Like, you just don't know. Like,
she wasn't even like a real backstroke. She was just floating on her back, kicking her feet.
You know, I kind of equate it to walking with your eyes closed. I think you know the general direction you're going in, but
like you should know when you're going the complete wrong direction.
Yeah, right. I mean,
the numbers are on the bottom, so like unless you're a chameleon, you're not going to be able to tell where you're trying to get.
Oh yeah, you're certainly not going to see that. That's for sure.
You're not going to see it. I mean, like with your head down. Like,
all right,
this guy.
Let's talk about some other. So I'm assuming that you're going to give your worst performance to Beth.
Yes.
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 Okay. So
She should have just got in the water, been like 5-minute penalty, jump back out. Like even
Yeah,
going out there
so
was a waste.
let's talk about some other notable ones. This is like the only time we see Arissa pretty much in this whole episode. And baby swam out. She doesn't have no meat on her. She was not going to be okay in this water. No fat.
Nothing.
She stepped into that water and her bones turned brittle and they almost snapped in half.
Do y'all think that this cast deserved a warm up, or do you think that this was the appropriate challenge to
They
start off
probably
the
had physical
season?
therapy right before, so
And right after, maybe?
They were like, "Okay, guys, here we go. Everyone,
Get
reach
your
and touch your
noodles."
toes."
Yeah, get your noodles and your bald cap on. And
They did a little water aerobics before they popped in with their styrofoam weights.
And they're like, no worries, guys. We're not going to cause any big waves with boats or nothing. We just have these paddle boards. We'll just paddle over to you. You'll be fine.
Yep.
We don't want to startle you.
I don't remember who it was, but I mean, this is not something that we're just pulling out of, we're not just coming up and we're saying, oh, look, this is the old version of the challenge. Somebody on the episode, and the editors decided to include it as well, said, welcome to the challenge senior edition. So,
I think Mark said that.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So there you go. A number of them are aware of the fact, and I'm wondering how much it's going to go into play and how many times it's going to get brought up.
I literally have that here. How many old jokes will they make? Like, do you think this is something that we're only going to see here in the first episode where they're poking fun at themselves, or do you think this will be an ongoing trend that we see throughout this season?
I'm wondering if the producers were watching this season as it goes and we're like, we got to change the final, guy. This is not like we made a final.
Wheelchair races for everyone.
Hop in your little go-karts and your
Don't
golf
hop
carts.
around. Your
golf carts. Your golf carts. We're going to take you to the golf course.
Oh, man.
Yeah, a modern day final looks like it would kill the house based off that first challenge.
Yeah, like Big Easy's come the closest to dying, and he would be joined in the afterlife by about half of the cast.
Like, yeah. I'm not going to say my COVID joke here, so we're just going to stop there. But I am going to say that I hope that the old people jokes don't stop. I hope they go on all season.
Same.
I think that's the most important thing that you can do with seasons like this is just own it, embrace it, let everybody laugh about it, and then we can enjoy the season as is. Because if you try to make this come off as like a really like intense, season of the challenge, we're all going to be like, you're trying to deceive us here. We know what's going on. But if you own that fact and you use it and you embrace it and you get some humor out of it, it's going to make the season 10 times better than it already is.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that we'll get to the point where, the weaker competition is weeded out. And I do think that we end up with competitors that could compete on a regular season. It's safe to say that there are some that in their current state would not be able to make it on a full season of the challenge.
Yeah, but we know, Derek and Darrell have both come back on regular seasons as
And
mercenaries.
Don't take that away from her.
She came back as a mercenary too?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah, she did.
And she's
against Cam. And wasn't it
I can't remember. No, it wasn't
she
against
lost,
Cam.
so.
It doesn't
Lisa
matter.
Lost.
Do you think we're gonna get a hall brawl this season?
Yes. Yes.
Bones are gonna be broken.
I don't see it.
It's gonna be electric.
wrestle
It's
first
gonna be
episode.
electric chair lift brawl where they're
We got
slowly
pole
just
wrestle. First
coming towards each other.
episode.
Okay.
Did I have a stroke for a
No,
second?
you're good.
Okay.
You're good. You're good. Okay. All right. So our little what color team is this? The silver team. They just run away with this.
Also, the names of the teams are also old people.
Bronze,
They have to
silver,
be. Like
yeah, I know,
silver. Like silver is literally like a silver alert. Like
We're
that
gonna
old person's
yeah, we're
lost.
gonna where's the copper? Where's the copper and the tin?
And it's
You're
I don't know.
you're already also setting a precedent. That's like saying there's second place and there's third place team. Like
Right,
because
it's gonna be gold.
Nobody's
Yeah.
gold.
No gold standards here.
Y'all are all below that.
Gold without the G. That's what they're trying to reflect.
That's the title of this episode.
Gold without the G. OG. Old geezers.
Oh my goodness. We're just
So the challenge ends, and we get to find out what it means to be a captain.
yes.
And sorry, Laterian. This is a guy's elimination, and guess what? It's you. You automatic.
You automatically go in because you volunteered to be captain.
Dumb move.
Meanwhile, Tech, on the other hand, is the guy captain of the winning team, and he gets to be safe.
Yep, you're safe.
And
But-
and Hisela, right? She gets to become
Now, Hisela, our little Latin mama, is going to get some power.
yeah.
Yeah. Some power we're not sure exactly.
She's
what it
called the
means.
lifesaver, and she can prevent somebody from going into an elimination, but apparently she can prevent it once she's there. So does everybody collectively vote somebody in? How does that work if she does decide? And what benefit is it to her other than saving an ally?
Yeah, I mean,
Does she get to keep this like forever?
like, yeah, does
Right.
she always get it? Okay, first let's rewind a bit and let's talk about the lifesaver. What do y'all think about the name for this? And do you think that they wanted to call it the life alert? But
That's my exact thought.
that was trademarked.
Okay.
Well, I believe it's from earlier seasons of the challenge. There was a lifesaver power that could stop somebody from going in. I don't know how. I can't remember how the replacement was picked, but I'm pretty sure that's a throwback power.
I thought it was named after that hard candy that grandmas would give to their grandchildren.
Yeah. All of our heads
I
are
was
like,
thinking life alert.
like if I help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
So let me save you with my life alert.
Yeah.
That should be one of the
Maybe we'll make
prizes for the daily.
A subscription, a 1-year subscription to Life Alert. Sorry, you don't get no Whoppers on this season because y'all's asses are gonna already have some high cholesterol. So you get Life Alert.
What do they get instead of Burger King this season?
Some like
Cracker Barrel. That's my guess.
Those little strawberry candies. Alive strawberry.
and Werther's Originals. And you also get a lifetime subscription for Imodium.
People are either completely tired of us talking about this or they're just loving
They're like,
it.
this is the best.
This is so fun. It's so fun to make fun of old people.
No, I mean it's more so the
I could literally be on this season of the challenge, y'all.
they would all whoop my ass. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm just saying it's always curious the casting choice that they choose and what they're doing. You know, this isn't Fear Factor. This is the challenge, and I mean I'm sure they had other options, but I guess they were like we don't care about age, so we're gonna do this, and we're gonna get whoever we want to get. And you know what? You can respect that. You can also make old people jokes about it too. And I think that's the best part about this season is that it's going to be celebrated in many ways.
I 1,000% agree, and we're not going to stop joking about it.
Never.
No.
We're gonna beat this dead horse. Okay. So after the challenge, we get back to the house and OLT's talking and he says, you know what? I want Ace. Like, I don't have any prior relationship with him. I met him 24 hours ago. So give me what I want.
Yeah, he does
So,
say that.
if
He says
y'all-
that to Cyrus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if y'all are in the house and we get to the campfire sing along, are you going to just give it to LT and give him what he wants, or are you going to try to have a deliberation and throw someone else's name out there?
I think they just didn't know much about Ace too much, and they figured this is the first round. you know, I do think it was kind of a cop out for them to just say, well, anybody should be able to go against anybody they want to, because we know this is not going to be a reoccurring theme all the way throughout the show. Maybe I'm wrong.
I hope it's not, because that is very, very much new challenge era. And I don't like that. I want to see disagreements. I don't want to see a unanimous, yeah, let's just let this person go in. I want to see some people stand up for what they believe in and fight it out.
I agree.
Yeah, I want there, which we got a little bit of a glimpse with this, with Arissa saying, well, I don't want to vote Ace. Like, I don't agree with that.
And I like the fire.
Yeah, that was
coming from
awesome.
Ace.
Yeah, like I like him being real pissed and
Real
salty
life
about
pissed.
this.
Big
Well, he was like, y'all are monsters. Y'all are like, y'all are just evil for doing what you're doing. And I think that spoke to Arissa, and she was like, I don't want to do it. I'm not a monster. Like,
I'm not a monster. I'm not a monster. I don't like this.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
And I think that's great. I think it's hard at any age to just stand up against what everybody's clearly going to go for. I thought it was also pretty entertaining and pretty admirable for Ace to be like, say my name. The only thing is Arissa was like maybe expecting that, because the minute Ace was like, say my, Arissa was like, Ace. Like,
this ain't it. I ain't gonna die on this ledge here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that other males in the house probably heard that he wanted Ace and was like, the blood in the water, and it's not their name, so they're gonna be like, yeah, sure, whatever he wants.
Yeah, they're taking the Sandra approach. Anybody but me. You want
But
Ace?
you could blame
not
Ace's, you know, maybe if Ace had a bit of a better social gameplay in the beginning, and maybe dug his roots a little bit more in with some of the folks, maybe that would have saved him. Also, maybe not, because there just wasn't much time.
Yeah, I mean, I would have voted for Ace just because it was day one. I'm not going to try to go against the grain too much on day one for really anybody. Sorry. So bye. Bye, Ace.
Bye. All right. So, of course, this is the challenge. So, what are we going to get?
Pole wrestle.
No, a house party.
Okay, let's go there first.
Let's go to the house party, and we're gonna have a 90s party. Cam, you weren't alive in the 90s. So I'm just kidding.
But,
I was briefly alive in the 90s.
But actually, it wasn't a 90s party. It wasn't the 1990s. It was the 1890s.
Yes. Ace pulled himself out.
So we're all in the same boat on this one then.
Ace pulled himself out of bed and decides to make an appearance at the party
as a medieval knight.
Yes, and he realizes he is in the wrong century.
Yeah, a bit early for the party, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so I think this is fun. I am excited to see them have, you know, the typical challenge things, but I can't help it. Like, you know, we spend so much time in their intro packages talking about, oh, well, I'm a wife and I'm a mom. And like, I feel like most of these kids, when they're growing up, they're going to be like, oh, how cool. My mom or my dad was on The Real World and the challenge. And like, look at how crazy they were back then. But then to see them now doing this and dancing and getting drunk, like, I mean, if I'm their kids, I'm like, no, mommy,
grandma,
yes,
embarrassing me.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel embarrassed for their kids.
I know they're letting loose like YOLO.
Well, I mean, yes, but
I would be like, Mom, like, don't do this.
Yes.
Like, what are
This
you
would
doing?
be embarrassing if your mother, I mean, like a lot of these kids that they're showing, like these are school age children. And
to be fair, though, your kid's gonna be embarrassed by you regardless. So might as well live your best life.
Might as well.
But no matter what, they're gonna be embarrassed of you and ashamed of you from a certain point of age until the real world hits them, and like, so might as well just.
Here it is, broadcast over the internet.
If I get invited to a 90s theme party, like, it's going down.
Okay, but are you going to do it for it to be broadcast for millions?
Wouldn't care if it was.
Okay.
I guess also you
okay.
could make the argument that what difference does it make? I mean, yeah, there's a difference, but you know, say Fessy decides to have kids at some point, you know, they're going to be like,
He
they're going to
doesn't
look.
currently have children.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm like, okay, there's a little difference. But if I saw my dad do stuff that happened years ago before I was born, and it was like public for everybody to see, I would still be like, Dad, why did you do this? Like, did you not know?
Okay, but would you be more embarrassed if your dad went and did
Like
it when you
right
were
now.
8 or 9?
Yeah, more. Yeah, I'm not putting that past you there. I would be like, what, Father? What are you thinking?
We can't pass up this whole topic though without talking about the soundtrack from this season is fire. What do you think about it, Music Maniac?
I didn't even. I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I wasn't like, oh, this soundtrack was
Music
lit.
underscore Maniac.
Nah, I remember
What? I am so
enjoying it,
disappointed.
but I wasn't like, this is who this song was. No,
You didn't
I
hear that
take
New
notes
Kids
like
on the Block?
So much good. I want the CD. I want the 8-track from this.
I want the 8-track.
From this.
I want the
episode.
CD. I wonder if anyone can burn it for us.
Can someone get on LimeWire and help us out?
Oh,
Napster.
I don't
I
know if
remember-
anybody's going to be getting on that anytime soon.
My back in the, it was close to the 90s. It wasn't the 90s, but it was when we had the CDs, every single one in like your binder of like 500
yeah.
was all burnt. Well, I had a car catch on fire driving down the interstate one day. And after I got out of the car, I went back to grab the most valuable things. With my wallet, it was my CD binder full of all my music.
I still have my CD binder from high school.
I have a
With
box.
all of my burnt CDs.
Like they used to make these things, these literal CD boxes that you put in your car, and you could, with the CD in its case, you would slide it in there, and it was all organized. It was like a DVD rack for CDs, and and it was portable, and you put it in your car. And I had that, and it was like a lunchbox size. And I would
What's a CD?
Get out now. Get out.
Yeah, I had the binder. I had the ones that were on the sun visors. There was
visor.
CDs everywhere.
Car visor.
Yes.
And those, look, let me tell y'all, your mix CDs, they weren't scratchable. Like you could stick those things
You
all
could
up
throw
in
it like
everywhere.
a frisbee, never scratch.
No.
They're the best.
Anyways,
All right. So
great soundtrack. 10 out of 10 recommend. If they don't come out with soundtracks for this season, they missed an opportunity. That's all I'm saying.
all right. So obviously, as we said, Ace gets voted in. So Ace versus LT, and we right off the bat, we're gonna get a pole wrestle.
And LT
So-
doesn't even know what that is. He's like, what's a pole wrestle?
Well, buddy, there's a pole and you're gonna wrestle over it. That's what it is. It's
And he learns really quickly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he figures it out real quick. So
Phenomenally.
Fessy would have still been there. Like, is this going to be physical?
Who flipped? How'd I get down here?
who voted for me?
No, I'm
was
not
the
going to go in here because I'm not sure if it's physical yet. We're wrestling? No, I don't know yet. That could be a mental thing.
I can't tell by that poll what we're doing.
Peach, I'm gonna pass. I don't know about this. There's
This is a
literally
weird
nothing.
puzzle.
There's literally
Never
nothing
seen a
in the
puzzle like this
ring.
before.
There's only a pole.
Am I
I don't know.
supposed to like that?
So, do you think going into the challenge, are you like, okay, Ace, you can do this. There's a chance.
Yes, I thought there was a chance. I
also thought there was a chance.
I did.
I thought
Ace knew there wasn't a chance. Kylie knew there wasn't a chance.
I think Ace not knowing there wasn't a chance is why I would say Ace didn't have a chance. If Ace would have went in there with the right mindset, then I maybe would have been like, this guy's got a chance. But he didn't look like he had that crazy blood.
I will say there was a point where I was just like, let go. Let go, Ace. If you don't think you're gonna get out of this, let go.
New strategy. New strategy.
So maybe part of him, like at the wrong moment, thought I can do this, but it was certainly at a moment he was at a big disadvantage, and Yeah.
It was
It went down
probably
the
in the moment of like between his 9th
Body
time being
slam.
slammed to the ground and his 10th time being slammed to the ground.
Yeah.
Lisa said it best that he looked like a plunger and Latarian was just plunging him to the ground. And that's exactly what it looked like.
I mean,
I don't think there's a better reference.
I'm pretty certain that he had to get some old CAT scans of the old liver and the kidneys and make sure that there was no internal bleeding because he beat him like a redhead stepchild.
I mean, look, Ace dressed up as a knight, and she sure got the medieval chiropractic session. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, this was a beat down. He beat his ass.
Yeah.
I loved how, like, if you compare how Ace looked prior to the challenge and then compare how he looked afterwards,
Yeah.
it was night and day.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell he lost. If you just saw those side by sides, you would know he lost.
It didn't
He
go
spent
good.
a lot of
Lost
time
more
in
than
the
the challenge. He
Oh,
lost
yeah.
a piece of his soul, man. He looks so defeated.
a
Yeah.
piece of him is still in that in the campfire dirt.
Yeah.
What
But
is
it's
this
good to
called?
know.
The arena.
Oh, just the arena.
It's the arena. That's what it's called.
It's good to know that that some of these players, like Latarian, he got cramped up in the water, but I think maybe you could say he made up for it in this arena because despite their age, I saw some willpower come out in LT that I think is going to be needed throughout the rest of this season to provide some serious challenge level entertainment in terms of physicality. I mean, we're going to get that drama, but I think LT brought the show in terms of being physical tonight. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. I think he set the precedent for the rest of the cast as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much does Ace weigh? Probably like
170 pounds. Soaking wet.
yeah. So I mean, he was lifting that like hardcore, like over and over. He was getting reps
Just
in.
slamming it to the
Yeah.
ground. I mean, it was
Brutal.
rough.
It was brutal. It was a straight ass beating.
It was a domination, straight up dominated.
Yeah. I don't know what strategy Ace had. Like maybe if I could
None.
just hang on like a koala bear.
Well, I mean, as soon as you go to the ground on your back and the person does not follow you, you are done, son. Like
If they're picking you up off the ground, that's also a problem
I
for
mean,
you.
be like Elsa and let it go.
Just let it go.
I mean, he must have gotten slammed 5 or 6 times before he realized, hey, I'm getting slammed. Like,
yeah, and it to me, it like it looked like he was getting slammed, and he was legit just holding on to the pole because if I'm slamming somebody and all that force is going down, if they pull into me and pull me down, like he could have got him on the ground with him. I just feel like.
Like,
He was
like,
just hanging on for the ride.
by the laws of gravity, he could have gotten him down on the ground, but physically, Ace could not actually get LT on the ground.
Nope. He brought the show.
He did. So I think we have a lot to look forward to on the season based on that. And we got a little sneak peek to the end, at the end of what will be coming next over the next few weeks.
So one thing that I'm already super excited about is that they are doing some throwback challenges because this is what I wanted from Big Brother. I wanted to see like we talked about, they're going to do the pressure cooker this season on All Stars of Big Brother, and we didn't get
Pandora's
it.
box.
Yeah, like we're going to see throwback things, and I really think that the challenge is embracing the throwbackness, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not just from that perspective, but also like the challengers are, taking us back to the trashy reality days of, like we said in our last video, that these players came on from, like, they literally got casted because they were trashy, like literally, and were drunk, wild, crazy people. And then they come on and they want to put them in physical challenges again, hungover, whatever. Like, these people did not care back in the day. They fought all the time. It was just wild. And so it looks like, I'm hoping, even though they have matured with age and are grannies now, that we will still get some of this trashiness.
Yes.
I'm
I think
excited.
we
yeah. I definitely. It's the more time they're in there together, the harder it's going to be
Trash is gonna
to
come
not
out.
blow up. Yeah.
We
Oh,
want,
it's gonna
and,
come out.
you know, we see it with, I mean, who is it? It's Trishelle and Katie, that Katie's
They are-
like, it's been 12 years. Yes. I don't care what it is. We want the rehash of it from 12 years ago.
It's going to be
I'm-
like a dirty dish that sets them off too. There's going to
Yeah.
be some terrible stuff happen, but it's going to be like a dirty dish, and they just lose it. Like
Fuck you and your dentures.
Poor tenderoni. All right. So, any other thoughts on this episode, y'all? I thought it was a great episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Great
very
episode.
entertaining.
My personality.
How long is this season for them? Do we know like how long they're spending in the house and whatnot?
No,
I don't-
I'm not
I don't.
sure.
I was gonna
I
say
think-
because I mean I thought the episode was great. It's just with challenge format, I'm so used to the hour and a half long episodes, and I guess when you throw in credit or commercials, they are probably around an hour long, so it's not that big of a difference. But that's something I can totally look past, especially if it's not a complete full season of the challenge, and
Right.
we're kind of getting this right after or even during Double Agents. So that's my only situation with that, but I am excited to see the rest of the episodes. I look forward to seeing how these geriatrics go about the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
was
like-
definitely like 3 weeks, I think, is how long they were actually there. It was very compressed.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Me-
Oh wow! 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I believe
it
so,
it
because that was the
really-
pitch.
Yeah, it was really pretty short because so many of them are moms and dads and have real careers. Like, they couldn't just leave for 3 months at a time. But, I feel like so much of everything is still on lockdown. We still haven't gotten any seasons of Survivor in a whole year. And so, shortened, full
We'll
length.
take however we can.
We'll
get
take it
Yeah,
however we can get.
And I'm thinking that these players might be even more intense because, I mean, look, the challenge. How long is how long do they spend on a regular challenge season?
It's a while. It's
Like 3 months.
Yeah, it's like 60 to 90 days.
Right. So they have 60 to 90 days of just thinking about, maybe, once I'm like a week out from this $1 million, I'm going to turn up the heat. If these guys are spending 2 to 3 weeks in this season, they can taste the money right then and there, like right at
Yeah.
the beginning. It's 2 weeks out. Like that's
And Mark said
exciting.
it best. Of these people are used to fighting over a razor scooter, like they,
Yeah, like you throw a pack of gum out here, these people were going all out for it.
yeah. But now they got $500,000.
Yeah, $500,000.
in
Like,
in
what
3
these people
weeks.
would have done for
Oh, these
$500,000.
players they're gonna bring it.
Yes.
which I'm excited about. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm way more excited about this than I care about the finale of Double Agents. To be honest,
I don't know about that yet.
I don't
Well,
really
spoiler
care.
alert! Once Big T left, I started to feel a bit sad, and I kind of a part of my heart really wanted Big T and CT to win this, or at least just Big T, and so that
Yeah.
does make me want to just jump right onto All Stars and go from there.
I'm
Jump
hoping that this All-Star season is very successful and that we do get some of these old competitors brought back.
Or
for
just
a
even
full
the
length.
format, I don't care about non-vo, like physical guy. I care about Jimmy.
And-
I care about crazy people.
Yeah, we want entertainment. We don't care about non-vo.
I
don't
will go watch
even-
Ninja Warrior for
like,
that.
Yeah, we don't need you, Ninja Natalie. Honestly, we don't need you, Fessy. You're boring.
You're boring. But
Casey,
like Polly,
you're boring.
crazy ass.
Yeah,
I want
Polly,
you
bring
back.
him back. We want the people that don't pass psyche vowels. That's who we need on this
We're
show.
looking for liabilities.
Yes.
I'm gonna separate myself from that one. I do not want to see Polly back personally, but there are some people that I think that I want to see back that can bring that level of excitement for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think just get rid of I don't want controversy. I don't want D back. I don't. Rogan,
Yeah, we don't
they
need
can go.
that. But
But,
Turbo.
Like Casey can go.
Yeah, I
Casey
want
can go.
Turbo back personally.
Turbo, yes.
Turbo.
Absolutely. I want Turbo and Jay
Yes,
on
you
Turbo
pussy
and
chicken.
Jordan on another season.
Yes.
That fight, I probably laughed more hard at that fight than I have ever laughed at a lot of things in my life.
I want them to
because
save that for Rivals. Save that.
Yes.
oh
team.
my
So
God.
good.
That would be a
would be
really
great.
good one. That'd be a really, really good team.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
We talked a lot about this episode tonight, so I'm looking forward to talking about the season. And Cam, Frank, thank y'all so much for coming on with us. It was a
Thank
blast
you for having
talking to
us.
y'all. And we hope to have y'all on again in the future. But yeah, we're looking forward to recapping. We'll be back every week. Around same time, targeting 8:45 Central Standard Time to recap the challenge episodes. It's a little weird because they don't come on like normally we come on right after, but they come on at like 2 a.m. here. So we're obviously not going to do that. So, but we'll be on every week after the episodes on Thursdays not after the episodes, but like 8:45 on Thursdays Central Time. And if you guys go check us out on social media, you got us a banner for that?
you just wait on it.
A little banner
Next time.
For the fans.
For the fans, it's like at For the Fans. I'm still memorizing.
It's at For the Fans E. You can check that out on Twitter and Instagram.
And we'll link it in the description below.
Yeah. So y'all go give For the Fans a follow. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit us with a thumbs up and drop a comment on your thoughts on tonight's episode. And we'll be back next week. And if you are able to join us live, we do interact with the chat. So look forward to having you guys live at 8:45 Central Standard Time. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye, guys. Peace.